Aloha Insiders Club, Dan McDonald here. Today we're going to talk about the 30-Day Living Foods Transformational Program contest. And so the contest is for everybody who purchased the 30-Day Living Foods Transformational Program. So the program, obviously, as you know, is a digital product. But what I did is I went down to the print shop and had it all printed out really nice. What I think is really good for everyone who purchased the Living Foods Transformational Program is to go down to the print store and at least get these two components, the Living Food Recipe Book and the 30-Day Meal Planner, because those are really nice to have right there on your counter so you can access that during the length of the program. These three components are much more easily accessible through your iPad or your iPhone or your computer. But these two are really, really nice to have sitting there so that you can just keep on referring back to those throughout the day. So the program officially starts today. It's September 1st and will run through the 30th. What you do is you take the 30-Day Living Foods Transformational Program and you create the greatest transformation in yourself. You document it with photographs or video, and then you'll write a testimony. So the contest will be based on 50% on the pictures and video and 50% on the written testimonial. We'll pick one winner and you're going to win $500 in cash, about $500 in enzymes, and then I'll give you a consultation so that you can even improve your game even more. So what you'll want to do in order to enter the contest starting today, if you haven't started already, I said everyone can go ahead and start. Just document 30 days of transformation. So on day one today, September 1st, you want to take a newspaper and take a photograph of yourself, show as much as your body as you're comfortable with. And then at the end of the 30 days, you take another photograph on September 30th, and you take another photograph with another daily newspaper. You can also document via video if you'd like to do that. So take video documentation or photography documentation, and if you want to do one picture a week and set something up like that and show that to us, any creativity that you use to help us to see your transformation is going to work in your favor as far as winning the contest. And then you will write a testimonial as to like, hey, I did this, and then I got out of a bad job, or I lost 18 pounds, or I got rid of gallstones, or whatever it is that ends up being the benefits that you receive from using the program, from getting on the Living Foods to get yourself upgraded to the next level of health. So it's pretty easy, right? Just take a couple of photographs, one at the beginning and one at the end. Make sure that your entries are in by October 5th. So we have several days before we pick the winner to be able to make sure that we can look at everyone's testimonials and their pictures, and we can decide amongst ourselves, the team here over at regenerateyourlife.org, who the winner is. So I want to wish everyone good luck. Thank you so much. It did so well, but that just shows you how smart you are, because this is a really, really solid guide to changing your life. There's a lot of great, guides out there, life-changing programs, but nothing is going to change your life more, because 99.999% of the people are still eating mostly cooked food on a daily basis, and you just will never experience the level of health, clarity, connection, harmony, energy that you will when you're on the Living Foods, because it has the living water, the living fiber, the living minerals, the living gases, which give you real energy and real clarity. And the living foods brings harmony with nature. And harmony with nature helps you to understand harmony with a much more expansive aspect of life, the spiritual domain. So, my friend, thank you for watching this video. I'm going to be doing some support videos here via the Insiders Club. I'm also going to, for ease and to make it easy on myself, I'll be using the YouTube as a place to put up the support videos, so I can kind of kill two birds with one stone, keep the daily show going on YouTube, as well as provide the support videos to those of you who purchased the 30-Day Living Foods Transformational Program. So I think that's all I needed to go over today. The kids are here. They're going to be back any minute now. So I'm glad I finally got this done. I got the video for the website done. That took me like 2 hours, so I had to dial that in perfect. And this one just took a few minutes because on the Insiders Club I can just chill out, and it's not as much pressure to make sure that I nail it down perfectly. So anyways, thank you so much. I'll be sending the support videos, going over. I'm just going to kind of look in here. I'll go into the what I'll do maybe is just visit each individual component. How about that? That's what I'll do as a support videos for the 30-day program. I'll just go over the shopping list, and we'll just rap a little bit about fruit. We'll rap a little bit about vegetables. We'll rap a little bit about herbs, nuts, and seeds. Order online. You know, for example, it's better to order. It's usually better to order nuts and seeds online, because if they specialize in that, like there's some really good, you know, like Sun Food has some really good fresh nuts and seeds. The Raw Food World has some really good fresh nuts and seeds. But if you go to the grocery store, you know, you don't know how long those things have been sitting there in the big giant boxes that were not individually packaged at the site of harvest and drying, you know. So you want to work with some of those more small local farmers and stuff like that are packaging their nuts and seeds fresh, because they have much more incentive as opposed to the larger bulk. They don't have as much focus. They just want to get those big giant boxes of nuts to the grocery store, you know, so things can get old and rancid very easily. So I'll go over, that's what I'll do. That'll be my commitment, is I'll go over each component. I'll send a support video for the shopping list, and I'll put that up on YouTube, and I'll do the exercise and lifestyle manual. I'll do the quick start guide. I'll go over the living food recipe book. This is an amazing piece of literature. I realized, it's like yesterday I was like, dude, this is one of a kind. This is nowhere else in the world. Every single recipe is living food, and it's so, my repertoire is so broad because of everything that I've been through. I went through all the phases of purity, gourmet, super gourmet, high fat, low fat, no fat, juice fasting, fruit diets. So out of all the raw foodists in the entire world, I never really went with one. Robert Morse is one of my mentors and friends. Lou Corona is one of my mentors and friends. Tavis, and they're all specialist masters. And Arnold Ehret's a huge influence, and Paul Bragg had some different ideas. And then basically I've taken all that and had 16 years of living foods experience, and I put it into this program. So it's really broad, and I don't say, well, this is bad and this is good, and don't use any olive oil. A little bit of olive oil is incredible, and it's very satiating. And when you're just starting out, I mean, the olive oil is for my daughters. My daughters are here, and her boyfriend just loves this dressing that I make. So he's eating these huge salads, and he's coming from, Wendy's and stuff like that. And I told them when they came, this is a raw food kitchen. We're not going to be cooking anything. You guys can go and get cooked food out there, but we're not going to be cooking anything in the house. So they've been staying raw. And it's like, you get all these raw food Nazis, which I could be that. Like, I have a very high ideal on how you can purify your blood and everything. There's levels beyond this where it's like one simple meal a day, or you're just living off liquids for weeks at a time. Or just mono fruit meals. You could eat bananas for a week. You'll be just fine. It's not like you're going to have deficiencies or anything like that. There's so much more going on. There's levels of mastery. But then there's just 99.99% of the people that I see every day can't even get a stable cooked food diet going. They can't even get to like quinoa and vegetables steamed. I mean, they're all over with chips and ice cream, and this is like everybody, and tons of weird meats and dairy, and they're all clogged up, and there's so much confusion, and there's so much sluggishness. And then I'm just like getting better and better all the time, and cleaner and clearer. And I'm trying to just say to my friends, hey, I don't preach. It's just I can see the different levels of receptivity, and the receptivity is pretty low. They don't really want to know. It's like a lot of people don't really want to get better. They just expect to be having stomach problems all the time, and digestive issues, and overweight, and sluggish, and obese, and depressed from all the processed food. And I'm just like going, man, you need some enzymes, just put some cabbage on your salad, take some sunflower seeds and make a nice dressing where you get the living aminos, the living fats, all the living fiber, and then it keeps your colon clean, and you're just dialed in. So all that's in the 30-Day Living Foods Transformational Program. And, it's just 16 years of knowledge compressed into a program that's really balanced and stable. It's not, it's like right in the middle. It's going to be challenging to most people because you're dealing with your chips and your ice cream and drinking and coffee and sugar and white bread and white rice. And now I'm going to expect you to eat fruits and vegetables and soak nuts and seeds with just a few of the most basic spices like vinegar, a little olive oil, some cumin, paprika, some sea salt. Not a lot of fancy stuff or anything like that, but just basic food but it's hearty and it's delicious and it's intact. Its integrity is intact. And so that's why I teach the living foods. That's why I eat the living foods. And that's why I'm going to continue to approach this from the various levels of starting out all the way at just learning how to make gourmet, so that when you're freaking out and wanting to go back to eating cheeseburgers, some people are in that place. They have to have these big, fancy, raw food gourmet meals, which are in the recipe book. Nothing like insanely gourmet, like dehydrate this for 24 hours and then flip it over and then run over to China and get this special thing and then run back and then do 3 circles. It's not like that. I mean, most of the recipes are like 10 minutes, at the most 5 or 10 minutes. The juices are going to take a little longer, but they're worth it. The juices are going to alkalinize you and just flush your kidneys out and get your colon cleaned out and get the crust and the mucus off the pipes. You're 60,000 miles of pipes that range in size from this to smaller than a hair. And you want the blood and the water and the minerals circulating through all that. But when we have deep fried oils, high heated animal fats, all these sticky coagulating proteins, and the high heated fats that just plug you up, your body can't breathe. It's about hydration and alkalinity and respiration. And so we're just finding new ways. I'm finding new ways to be of service. There are the levels of mastery, water fasting, master cleansing, mono fruit diets, all the way down into juice fasting, and then, you know, smoothie cleanses, and then fruitarianism, well then liquidarianism, and then fruitarianism, and then veganism, raw veganism, and then you can just go down. But it's like, I don't even want to go any lower than, you know, raw. Like, I do make cooked foods for people sometimes, but I started to do, like, it's not really your integrity, bro, you know? So I just wanted it. Then I found ways to feed them raw, and I'm finding ways to feed you raw with this 230 epic recipes. This is like a piece of literature, man. This should go down in history. I'm really proud of myself. And I've never really been one to say that kind of thing much, but I'm doing a good job here. And I know you are too, because getting through this life is going to take a little bit of something, you know? A very unique experience as human beings, and I want to help them with what I've learned to thrive. And that's to eat as much living foods as you possibly can. Thank you so much, Insiders Club. I hope that I explained things about the contest well enough. You know, why don't you go ahead and feel free to email me your questions. Make sure they're succinct, you know, and make sure that they're really, you know, important questions. And I will check those emails, and then in about 3 or 4 days or a week, the girls are here for another week, and I'm just, you know how it is when you've got kids. It's like nothing goes as planned, you know, I'm amazed that I got as much work done as I did today, but I'll get those emails, and then I'll read the questions about the contest, and I'll make another Insiders Club video. I'm doing my best to stay in the loop here. I'm finally stabilized. Like, I'm focused on the girls right now, but once they leave, for the first time in probably years, I mean, the thing with Durian Rider, the thing with Sophia, god dang, man, I had a lot of lessons to learn. They were just teachers, and I honor them so much, you know, for holding that space and just teaching me, you know. I'm cool with the banana dude. Sophia and I were friends. You know, I just had to learn my own valuable unconscious lessons about, you know, abandonment and relationships and attachment styles and self-worth and everything else. So a lot to learn there, and I was just down. I was just busted. I got to this island and I had adrenal burnout and nervous exhaustion. And I am on my way up. It was just, you know, that's the other thing that showed me. I mean, these living foods, that's a one part of the foundation, but getting yourself, that's why I believe in the true healing, and that's why I'm doing everything I can to put the tidbits and the nuggets in the YouTube videos, because it's everything. It's an inner process. It's like 100%, you know, honesty with yourself, and it's 100% responsibility. Any moment that you want, you can block out your hater. Any second that you truly decide within yourself that you want to upgrade and love yourself, that would just be gone. And anybody at any second could take one day, pack up their crap, and be out of a relationship that's no longer serving them. But we keep doing it. We are responsible. And that's some of the stuff. This is my area of mastery and art and like passion like crazy. But there are other things that I want to help everyone to heal as I am being healed by my own persistence, by my own dedication to the truth. Because the truth works. The truth is the only thing that works. And I'm humbled by nature and her ways, and I'm humbled by God and His ways, and I am grateful. I am a happy man. I cannot wait until you guys meet Dakota, because she is the next level of human being. She is the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. She is so far up there, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, dude, you must be a good person if you are attracting someone like that, because she is so sweet and so kind and so attentive and so present and so loving and so smart and such a hard worker. She helps me. I can't wait to, I'll tell you more. She's ready. She's like, let's do it. She is smart. She loves people. She cares about the truth. We're both just, we have one thing on our mind, and that's why we help support each other. Let's go to the top. We have a very unique and special relationship. I'm so blessed with this place. It's like I was forced to take it. The lady was like, you remind me of my husband. You're going to take this place. Because I was like thinking, I almost was like, I don't know if I can handle the responsibility. Every day I got to clean up, and there's lots to do here to manage this land. And I was just like, I really wanted to just dive back into YouTube. But I got it. I got the internet. I got the light. I got the kitchen. And then once I moved in, I was like, oh my God, you would have been a fool not to take this place. So the lady was like, she changed some things around for me. We're like deep friends now. We've all had transformation. She got remembered on the food because she used to do the food, but then she got too much into the business and just forgot to keep eating, right. Now she's back on it, and I'd like to bring her green juice when I can. And she activated me, her energy, because she's like really financially epic. You know what I mean? And then she got me the download. Then I got all these ideas. I know I'm ranting on. I don't even know how long this video is, but oh, it's only 21 minutes. It's the Insiders Club. My heart, because I just spent the last 2 hours just on this one. It took me 2 hours to make a 3-minute video because I had to dial it in. So I'm racking my brain. And this is more of the Dan that I like. This is the Dan that's like, I'm just talking to an old friend, and I don't have to rack my left brain, and I can tell you about my beautiful girlfriend, how my kids are doing so well, and they're so well adjusted, and they're just great kids, and I'm helping this young man who's my daughter's boyfriend. He's like seeing all this with the raw foods, and he's like, I can see what you're saying. And everybody's doing well, and I'm doing well, and I am so grateful. And, I know that the Insiders Club is it. That's my apples and oranges. And so, the YouTube's a daily thing, the Facebook and all that. But the Insiders Club, and now that I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to focus on the girls. But I've got an office. I've got the lighting. I've got the kitchen. I've got sort of high-speed internet. Better than it's been. I've been in all these places, and I never had a kitchen, and I had crazy roommates, and I just couldn't get anything done. As far as now, to me, this kitchen is like the best. I could never have even dreamed anything better than this. The way that it's designed, the man his name was Gordon, and he would sit for hours in the tea house meditating. He was like a genius businessman, and he would help support all these people like stained glass artists, and he'd get the best. He would hire the best people to do the woodwork. These cabinets are 30 years old, and they're still, because he used the top of the line people, top of the line products. And this kitchen, everything I've noticed around this property, everything is perfectly in alignment with the lines. It's insane. I noticed it at the tea house. Every line lines up with everything else. It's all dialed in. It's amazing. And same thing with the kitchen. It's like if you're right here, as you go from right here, right down the middle, there's this part, you can't even see it, but it's like right down the center, all the way to this, bam, right up to that, and just dialed. So epic. So here I am standing in the middle. It's like this. It's like, yeah, I'm not even going to go that way, but it's like a cross. It's like Christ energy, And here it is. This is what I dreamed of. This is what I love. Right here. That camera, that light, and just look at this food, man. It's like epic, and it's like an art. And I'm so grateful to be here, to have this. And we've already decided, Dakota, she's my partner, man. She's going to help me. We have these ideas. She inspires me, man. And we're just going to get it dialed in and create a plan for our abundance and your abundance and better products and better videos and editing even, and just all kinds of stuff. We're just, right now, we just moved in. We've been here for 1 week. Then the girls came, so we had to crush it for a week. Trying to get this place dialed in was dusty, and we didn't have any dishes or anything. We didn't have nothing. Because she had a car full of stuff and I had a car full of stuff, you know? And this island and God just was like, when we were ready, it's quite a story. But then when we were ready, it was like, boom. And I was just like, whoa. Who is this person who's like totally lined up with everything I've been lined up with? And I gave up hope that I was ever going to really meet someone who, and I was happy alone. I was fine. Could easily spend the rest of my life alone, and I like it, but it was there, and I was just like, whoa. I was just activated, and my heart just blossomed and opened up, and it stayed that way. It opened up, and then we got magnetized, because I made some decisions from deep within. And it's those deep within decisions that change your energy field and bring to you things that you couldn't have even dreamed up yourself. And I love these kinds of videos. I hope that you don't feel like everybody says, Dan, stop saying that. We love the long videos. It's like, those are the people that I love. Because I just want to share goodness and blessings, and I'll tell you how I got here. And because I told Dakota the other day, I said, honey, like, we're talking a lifetime of struggle, and all of a sudden I was just getting ground for years and years. It's like you've never even seen me in a good place like you've seen me now. But I had high standards, and I wasn't going to give up, and I wasn't going to go back to cooked foods, and I wasn't going to go back to drugs, and I wasn't going to go back to low-level relationships, and I'm just not going backwards, and I was just going to keep plugging away, and I wasn't going to lower my standards for life, because I knew what I was capable of, because I had a clear sight of the light, and I was never going to let that go. I'm just not ever going to give up faith. I'm never going to lose faith. Even if I'm like Job and everything is gone and I'm naked in the middle of the forest, freezing and hungry, I'm not going to lose faith. I'll never lose faith. I'm going to keep faith forever because I'm just an eternal being. So if I'm skinny and I starve to death and freeze to death in the jungle, that has nothing to do with the eternal me. That's all I'm here to remember, is the eternal me. And when you get clear, you remember the eternal you. And then it's like, this goes, and then you have the whole thing, and then you have the amazing relationship, and the bank full of money, and your health is really good, and you have the house, and you got it all. And then one day, you ain't got nothing. And it just goes in different ways, but I would never even cling to it tight. Like if it was stressing me out and it didn't come effortlessly, like all this is just happening effortlessly. Pretty much a lot of it has happened effortlessly. I'm not saying there's not hard work, but it has to flow, you know. So let me see the time on this thing. And yeah, so that's about cool to wrap it up. I'm going to make a salad recipe here out of this stuff for the kids. Jonathan, Katya's boyfriend, is like, make that salad every night. And I'm like, no problem, bro. I said, this is a raw food house. You want that with the olive oil and the vinegar and a little bit of sea salt and some of this curry blend every night. That's what he wants, with some olives, No problem. I'll hook it up. I'm going to make a video for that. Insiders Club, man, I am so grateful. It is a miracle. It is a miracle. Life. And I am so grateful. Man. I am so grateful. I am super grateful for you. Believe that. It's like the foundation of Regeneration Nation. And this is the Juice Station. And it's all about creation. Because the creation leads to abundance. And abundance is the oneness. And the oneness is the funness. And the funness is the joy of life. Oh, man. Amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God.